prepare, make some good profits. Today, our market left this very big clues right here. Yeah, let's talk about that. Remember I told you, be careful of this orange buying continuation, isn't it? You see there for yourself. Now, it's important. Let's talk about the intraday algorithms here. 1 minute chart. Take a look, see it for yourself. There are some very key levels here I want you to see. Now, for members, I will do a very quick explanation here. Once we identify the blue, right, this becomes actually quite crucial here, because you see that the bulls were trying a little harder to build liquidity, and you see the breakout here. Now, this wasn't clear. That's fine, because you noticed there was this yellow and it bounced off that yellow here. You see that? So these were possible entries right there. Now, understanding the yellow helps you to prevent you from shorting this once we retest it here, because you see how we have progressed from the magenta to yellow. So the only way this heads down is to grab this liquidity here, which we failed to do so. So by then you see the blue. Now, if this is not a good enough trade for you, that's fine. But once we broke out of that orange, I mean the yellow here, right, and we build up the orange, this becomes absolutely beautiful. Yeah, see it for yourself. We bounced, retraced off that yellow once again. Now, we retested this very key yellow level here. If I were trading this, I would consider, it is big consideration to take a put for the final 10 minutes. But if you miss the final 10 minutes trade, it's absolutely all right. It's not a problem. But I want you to see what happened after hours, especially when we know there's news involved. Just see for yourself how the market bounced off the two very key support at that yellow and blue. Penny perfect right there. And there you have it, right? Importantly, I want to talk about this yellow, because this yellow was a very important level. You see how we broke out of that yellow and what to be looking out for in preparation for tomorrow. Now, Discord members, I will run through this in detail in a trading video. So don't worry if you don't understand anything in specifics, but I will run through them in another separate detailed video for members only. Now, let's talk about this now. This yellow level is important because this is where the cups closed from the previous day. Let me zoom it out a little and you see for yourself here. So once the cup has closed, soaking up the sellers, and that's what happened here. Well, the market's not kind enough to give us more runway before the push, and it happened, well, right after hours, because obviously because of a news candle, news catalyst right here. But these are clues for tomorrow. You look out tomorrow. What you need to be looking out for is if there is going to be buying continuation. So let's take a look at a 30-minute chart. Now, first things first. I told you about this orange, isn't it? As long as we are in this orange, as long as we are above 5-day moving average, you absolutely cannot be preemptively shorting this. We do have very beautiful liquidity here, and that is also bound by the blue. So be patient. Wait for the blue liquidity to show. The large seller has already shown itself to be that orange. So if this wants to break down, orange and green, you will not miss it. So just be more patient, wait. You have to first wait at least for the orange to break, isn't it? Because we are still in that buying continuation structure there. If we were to zoom out, we have been buying in that orange. Take a look for yourself. It's been buying in that orange. So just be more mindful and wait, be patient. And if this wants to truly head down, you know exactly where the liquidity is. Yeah, all right. Now, we closed the cup, as I mentioned. You see it for yourself. We closed the cup here. Let me just zoom it out again for you. You close the cup. We formed a very short handle, and we had buying continuation. Tomorrow, you see if this sustains. Otherwise, this is beautiful liquidity here at that 7424 yellow. So tomorrow, first things first, see if there's buying continuation breaking out of here. Who's buying? Look, you already know orange is buying. Orange has been buying throughout the entire day. There's absolutely no reason to short this, right? Even if you didn't go long, that's fine. As long as you didn't short this, there's absolutely no reason right? I've shown you the algorithms to prevent you from doing that. But at this point here, you wait and see if it continues buying. Who's buying? Is it green that's buying? Is it orange that's buying? If it wants to head down, tapering takes time. So let it take time if it wants to head down and it's grinding up at this new range here. At new highs, there is a tendency that they will have a little bit more buying before it heads down. So that's the first thing you look out for. If it doesn't reject quickly, so first thing you look out for is if it rejects quickly. If it doesn't reject that level quickly, off that 724 yellow, if it doesn't reject quickly, then just be careful. We may stay there for a while to try to kill off most of the puts off this range in the week before it heads down. They don't want to pay them, isn't it? You understand that? And they want to make sure they squeeze. So remember that. All right, so first things first, look out for buying continuation. If we don't have that rejection immediately, watch out for staying in the grind. If it wants to head down, there is very large liquidity here where the 5-day moving average is. You will not miss it. You know who are the sellers, right? So you pay close attention to that. Watch yesterday's video. I explained more of that, including this orange that I told you about to be careful. Right, watch yesterday's video so you can chain up my thought process. More importantly, it's understanding that there is a larger liquidity here you want to pay close attention to. And with the 20-day moving average, you want to see where the 20-day moving average will be reaching all these key liquidity. I was thinking 700, but we are already at 705. And I see now there's key liquidity here. So yeah, there's a chance it may go to 710, which makes sense given the amount of liquidity here as well. Right, so you have to be understanding the key concepts like that, which you can by chaining up the videos from yesterday to the day prior, and chain up my thought process as well. So thank you very much for watching. Discord members, don't worry, I will be